first tattoo was very spur of the moment. I think I was sitting at home and I got a phone call from two girls that I went to high school with. I think I had already graduated. I think they might have been in their senior year. And they called me up out of the blue and they said, hey, do you want to go get tattooed with us? And I'd always been interested in tattoos. I'd wanted tattoos my whole life and I didn't have one yet. So I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. Like, one of the chicks I was really into, I'm like, hey man, maybe she'll think I'm fucking extra cool if I go get tattooed with them. Now, both of these chicks were underage. They were 17. They weren't old enough to get tattooed. But one of them walked in, flirted with the fucking dude, and he tattooed her. Never asked for ID or anything like that. So when we went in, I was the only one who was 18. Everybody planned on getting tattooed. I was the only one who had my ID. So I ended up getting 3 skulls on my collarbone by this big fat dude named Charlie. It was awesome.
I see faces and I hear voices and I make changes and I make choices and now I wonder why.
The way I approach tattoos with a client is I really try to walk a line in between what's going to make them happy and what's going to make me happy. You know, we really have to work together. Sometimes the person coming in asking for a tattoo, they're not savvy to what makes a tattoo good, what's going to make a tattoo last, things like that. So I have to use what I know to manipulate what they want into being a successful tattoo. It's kind of a tricky situation. And lately, now that I'm later into my career, I don't have to say yes to every tattoo. Like if something comes in and I'm not comfortable or I'm not jiving with the customer, I just let them know I don't think we're a good match and they should, you know, check out somebody else's portfolio and stuff like that. So now it's really, yes, I still need to do tattoos to make money, but it's also about making me happy and making me satisfied as an artist too.
Now, after all these years, like just working with the client and sitting down and talking to them about what they want, because to come to a business agreement, they have to tell me what they want, regardless of whether it's right or wrong. And then I have to technically give them something that's tattooable that will last 20 years. And that's not easy in this day and age because people see crap on television, they see stuff in magazines, they see stuff on Pinterest, and they think, oh, I can get this, whether it's right or wrong, and they come in with garbage that they want tattooed on them. It's all about laugh now, cry later. You know what I mean? They don't want tattoos that are going to last 20 years. They want some poop that's going to last about 2 to 5 years, and it's going to look like garbage. I don't do that. I'd rather not make the money.
There's been a very, very dramatic change in the way tattoos are viewed within the past 10 years. And I think a lot of that has to do with TV and stuff like that. The TV, believe it or not, is actually good for business because I think people forget about tattoos if they're not seeing them all the time. I mean, there are going to be the diehard collectors who are passionate about tattoos, but for the average American who's not thinking about changing the shape of their body, when it's on TV and they go, oh, hey, I think I could get a tattoo too, or they see people from their similar walks of life getting tattooed, they realize it's not just a counterculture thing anymore. It's not just for bikers and ex-cons. You know, I tattoo little old ladies in their 60s and 70s who are getting their first tattoo. It's more widely acceptable now. It's such a wide market now. There's so much exposure. But that can also be a negative thing. Like I said, people aren't talking about it amongst themselves. They're just looking what's on other people already and going, hey, I just want that too. I don't think people are really thinking about what they want for themselves. They just want that tattoo so they can say, hey, I have a tattoo too. They can join the team, which is horrible, man.
The time has come to stand up tall. The time
tattooed and they all face away from you because you know what you have tattooed on you. And you get them so other people can see them. Now people are putting them on upside down because it's all about them. And they put everything upside down. Hearts upside down are nuts.
I just, I like the way it looks from a distance. I like the way you can represent yourself without having to talk to anyone. They can kind of see some of your ink. They might strike a conversation with someone who likes the same stuff. That's really basically it. Plus, tattooed guys are scary.
When I was a little kid, my dad, we were driving through New Haven, and there was this place and it said tattoo on it, and it was Papillon Tattoo Studio, and there was I think it was a lion on the window, and I was real small, and I saw that lion, and I saw some other stuff, and it had heavy drapes, and I was like, something inside me said, there's something cool in there. I want to be in there sometime. I never got to go in there because it was already closed down when I was in my teens and stuff, but tattoo shops used to be edgy. They used to have this grimy magic about them, and that stuff's all out the window. It's all out the window. They've taken every stray ghost that they can kick out of the box and just exposed it to film. There's nothing left. There's no mystery left. There's no seediness. There's no magic left in tattooing. They ruined it all. It's just not.